to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Set.
On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Gotta like that start. 14 yards to get him going. Another good run there for a guy who, remember, on Wednesday was named NFC Offensive Player of the Week for what he did a week ago.
Yeah, and you know it takes some solid runs and some extra special runs in order to win that type of an award. I think he's locked in and wants to get it done a second time.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Look at this defense for the Vikings. It's a unit that has had all sorts of issues against the pass. Dead last in the NFL, number 32 in the league.
It's really difficult to prepare for this team. This is the #1 overall passing team in the NFL, but it shouldn't be hard to get excited about playing against them. The ultimate test, going against that unit.
And that's why you and I are excited to broadcast this game.
Yes, sir.
So just 3 yards on the completion there. And 3rd and 8 now.
Okay,
They're in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
Here we go, set. Hut.
Throwing. Love. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The Vikings at 5-4 now on the year, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And that is incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away. Area of the field.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. Back to throw here. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
13 yards, first down, Packers.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. These two teams, they met in Lambeau earlier in the season with the Packers winning that ball game. So if they can win here in Minnesota, they get a sweep of the season series. 2nd and 10.
Down. Green Jack. Set.
Love looking to throw it. Looking left side, and it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards that time to push him up first and goal.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Packers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Now the try here for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers.
Makes the score Packers 7, Vikings nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their 2nd straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles. Everyone understands how they fit offensively, defensively, and this team now has an identity, and they're playing to it and playing well.
Here's 2nd and 8. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Banks.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up
And they'll look on the inside handoff. And he will have the Vikings first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
A lot depending on the spot there, and he got it. But it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you got the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
You look at this Packers defense.
Into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass charge.
They spent the week in practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the number 1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
Here we go. 18, 79 Broncos, 69 Rick, 69.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hands it off out of the gun. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll set up to throw.
Finds his man. There's Jordan Addison.
His first catch, good for 9 in the first down.
A gain of 9 yards. That's another.
Looking to throw.
First down.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Banks. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
First down.
An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
7-yard line.
That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second
It's a
down.
loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal. At the Packers' 8-yard line.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
60 Bison, 60 Bison, Mustang 19. Warrior 70. 18, Pioneer.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. His 14th touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from evening this one.
Extra point will be down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So we'll leave it at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line.
So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent offer a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Black Ulster. Come on, set, right, 33, ready.
Now Love. He's going to launch this deep for Watson.
And this is caught inside the 5. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 51 yards.
That's how you put field position. What a play right there. That nearly went the distance. Credit this defense for not giving up. They get him down just short of the goal line, but the damage is done. It's going to be 1st and goal from an ideal position.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll try again.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead.
And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends are on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. For this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Now a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
At the 25-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now 3rd down and 6 to go. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
And a great return here gets us all the way down to the 26-yard line. But why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that, the rookie gets his first interception.
Exactly right, and you're trying to limit the number of plays and offense runs. You're trying to limit the number of possessions they have. And he was a guy that I targeted coming out of college and rated very highly for his playmaking skills on defense.
And now he has his first career interception. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards down to the 13. And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
To throw now, here's Love. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Packers are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Remember, this drive started off right following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
10 black. Ready.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
But those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's a pick up of 6.
This second and 4.
Second and 4 at the Vikings' 25-yard line.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Working the middle of the field, and he's got man complete. So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
Love.
First down.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Vikings are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
Their own 8-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Finding space at the 40. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
Here we go. Ready?
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football. And now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going in the third quarter.
Oh, he won that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And that will be incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force the incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. In motion left, that's Reed. play fake. Here's Love. And incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Set.
Love now. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. And it's 3rd down.
Here's Love. That is caught. And he's going to have the Packers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
We saw that indeed, picking up the first. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. He'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
72 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play.
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there.
A good action to this point in the 3rd quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Right. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Nowhere to turn here. He's going to go down. Talking about the 37-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Come on. Ready.
Back to throw. Love.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Love to throw for it on 4th. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
No surprise. They try to throw the ball 4th down, but it gets batted down. They don't pick it up.
Well, a little football 101. When you're going toward that quarterback, you see he's going to start to throw. Get your hands up,
Get
right?
your hands up, affect the play, and then everyone, get your hands up. When the ball gets to the receiver, moment of truth, knock it away.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Second and 11.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 47.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. 47 yards. And the Vikings have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the points. And that will make this a 4-point game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings ball
That one not returnable, not by a long stretch. Over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth. Didn't get it. How does that translate here? I would imagine.
Down the sideline he goes.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Touchdown.
Christian Watson.
65 yards.
And the Packers have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey.
Down the left sideline.
And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Now 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Love. And it's a Packers touchdown.
Jaden Reed.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive may be a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth.
60 Bisons. Track.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Now he's loose down the left sideline.
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Vikings have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Now an audible here into something else.
They'll try and throw for it. And it'll get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Packers 31, Vikings 27.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D.
that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Here we go.
Their lead back down to one score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Now he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
96 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage. Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Ready.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Set.
Working out of the gun. Love. That's going to be caught downfield by Reed. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow. This guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on first down.
They'll try again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
A 2-yard pickup brings up.
They'll run here on 4th and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Packers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
His kick is good.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
27.
After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. Pass midfield. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Minnesota. And that big 4th quarter return, Charles, makes this a one-score game.
And now it all comes down to philosophy. All right, they set the big return for a touchdown, so the momentum is high. Do you want to ride that and go for 2? Or do you just go ahead and kick the extra point and come back and rely on your defense?
That's caught at the 2. And he will get into the end zone to cut the lead down to a single point. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Throwing to start the drive. Love. He finds his man. Complete. It's Reed. 11 yards for number 11. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Down. Ready.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Jonathan Grenard. has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Love from the gun. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On fourth down, Love. He's got his target. That's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Down to about the 37. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11. Now Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jaden Reed, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers will add to their 4th quarter lead. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Let's face it, this defense has had its share of struggles all game long, and they know that they can put it all behind them if they defend well here in the 2-minute drill. Excellent coverage right there to force the incompletion.
Finding room at midfield. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23.
Gain of 17 yards. And the Vikings first down.
They'll look to throw again.
This is caught by Addison.
The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout
Gain of 20
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
first down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So with under 30 seconds to play, this is the game right here. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And he has a Packer first down. And that should be the one that finishes the script.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Packers.
Now it looks like he'll throw here.
That is intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
They'll come up first and 10 here.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. He's in! Are you kidding me?
How do you get that
One of the most improbable ways to finish a game, and they do win it on the final play.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought